So I don't have all my speech done, just the introduction, my first and second main points, and my second main point is included. But here we go. I know you're thinking, here's another person trying to convince me to buy something or trying to convince me to think their way. But just listen for a second. We all know that one child, or maybe you were that one child, that was teased, pushed around, shoved into lockers, mocked at, or all the above. Maybe you weren't that child, but you had a friend who was constantly called names. That friend that only showed up to school once or twice a week. Even if you weren't that child or didn't know from the top of your head who that child was, you all knew it existed. I was that child. I was a child who suffered at the hands of the students around me. I was told it was a part of life. I shouldn't let it get to me. According to stopbullying.gov, only 40 of the United States have laws in place that cover bullying. Breaking it down further, of those 40 states, only 32 have both laws and policies in place, and the remaining 8 only have laws in place. In this time and age, we should be able to have policies and laws placed in each of the states. Today, I am not here to convince you that my way of thinking is right. I'm not here to sell you on my train of thoughts or sell you anything. I'm here today to give you information and let you decide for yourself where you lie. I will tell you about the history of bullying and its timeline and how in today's time and age, bullying should be a formal law and policy in all 50 states. And on a higher note, it should be legalized as a federal law. Bullying is unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-aged children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. Bullying behaviors happen more than once or have the potential to happen more than once. Bullying includes physical, verbal, and social attacks. Verbal bullying is saying or writing mean things that include teasing, name-calling, inappropriate sexual comments, and taunting. Social bullying involves hurting someone's reputation or relationship, which includes leaving someone out on purpose, telling children not to be friends with someone, and spreading rumors about someone. Last but not least is physical bullying, which involves hurting a person's body or possession. For example, hitting, kicking, pinching, spitting, tripping, pushing, and taking or breaking someone's things. Of course, bullying doesn't stop there. According to DoSomething.org, 43% of kids have been bullied online, and 1 in 4 had it happen more than once. Cyberbullying, defined by Merriam-Webster, is the electronic posting of mean-spirited messages about a person done anonymously. Now that I've described what bullying is in all its forms, I will explain what a law and policy is. It is important to know the difference between a law and a policy. A law sets out standards, procedures, and principles that must be followed. The consequences for breaking a law may often lead to prosecution in court. A policy, on the other hand, sets out goals and planned activities of a ministry and department, but it may be necessary to pass a law to enable government to put in place the necessary institutional legal frameworks to achieve their aims. A law is above a policy, and by placing a law, you are saying that there is a clear consequence for a clear action. A policy is just stating that there is a goal that they want to accomplish. A policy is informal and is usually a document that states the intentions of an institution, while laws are more formal in nature and are used to offer equity in society. Now that I've explained what a law and a policy is, I'll tell you why it matters. Bullying is a problem that a lot of people pretend not to see. As a child, it's okay to go through the phases of getting teased, but when do we say enough is enough? Too many adults are viewing bullying as a part of growing up. According to bullyingstatistics.org, bullied victims are between 2 to 9 times more likely to consider suicide than non-victims. According to a study done by ABC News, over 30,000 children stay home every day due to fear of being bullied. There are stories all over the news about children who have hung themselves because of the amount of bullying they endure. Most people don't realize that their friends or their children are getting bullied. Most attacks go unreported out of fear of retaliation of their actions. Making it law to deliver consequences for bullying has been a fight for years. From 1999 to present day, we are still fighting to make bullying a law across all the states. It's argued that bullies shouldn't be punished because they don't know what they are doing. Yet, these bullies are pushing their peers to hang themselves at young ages. Looking closely at the definition of bullying, it's amazing how closely related it is to harassment. Harassment is a crime punishable by law. According to dictionary.com, harassment is defined as to disturb persistently, torment as with troubles or cares, bother continually, pester, or persecute. Now, harassment is a crime, but bullying isn't. What is the difference? It matters because every day our youth are going to school to learn, and instead they are being bullied into not coming back to school. Some take the drastic measures of ending their lives. It's a battle that our youth shouldn't be fighting. There are laws in place in most states and policies, but they are not defined in a way to persecute or charge our bullies for their actions. Only once we see that their bullying has taken a huge effect on someone's lives do we care. For example, Minnesota's statute on bullying requires that all schools adopt a plan in place for bullying. Instead of placing a law statewide that punishes all bullies equally, it is up to the schools to fill in the blanks. Thank you for watching. I'm not finished yet.